Joe Burrow, franchise quarterback out of LSU, the monumental improvement over last season, goes from 57% and change up to near 80%. He's over 71% in every game this year, David. 3 or more touchdown passes in 11 of 13 games. He would be a great fit in Cincinnati in a division with Baker Mayfield and Lamar Jackson. And certainly, I think you look at a guy like Chase Young going to the Giants at number 2. That's what they need, is a pass rusher. And Chase Young equaled the number of sacks of Myles Garrett during his career, David. He was ahead of Jadeveon Clowney in terms of sacks. He will be that fierce, consistent pass rusher. That dominant charge off the edge that he will provide is what Chase Young would bring to the New York Giants.
All right, you say the Giants would take Chase Young at number 2. What happens if the Giants fall to the number 1 spot in the draft?
Well, then you're looking at Chase Young again. Or you
Not a
try to
quarterback.
make a move with a team that wants to. So if a team picking 2, remember what happened when Trubisky, they moved from 3 to 2? All of a sudden now maybe a team wants to guarantee that pick at 1 of Burrow, so they'll jump up. You can go from that second spot, okay, if the team's picking up to 1. Giants would drop back to 2, let that team get Joe Burrow, and then at that point take Chase Young. I think the Giants can't lose Chase Young, and in that situation, they get the best of both worlds. They get a pick or 2, and they get the defensive end and the number 1 player in the draft, which is Young, with Joe Burrow a close number 2.
Your friend Todd says the Giants might take a look at Joe Burrow at 1. I'm just saying.
I know.
Mel,
He's just aggravant, isn't he? Scrooge. But he's gonna live and die with Daniel Jones analysis, okay? So you know he's going to go down fighting on that one.
He's never been on the Daniel Jones
got 3 Super Bowl rings, so it won't satisfy Todd.
Okay. Listen, everyone was talking tanking for Tua. That was the mantra in Miami. That's sort of been put to the side because of the injuries to Tagovailoa. The Dolphins have actually played a lot better in the second half. They're projected now to have the 4th overall pick. They've got 2 other first-rounders. What are the chances they still wind up with Tua?
Pretty good, David. It's pretty remarkable how that all worked out where, you think they have to have the number 1 pick and they're going to take Tua. Now with the lower extremity injuries, he's going to be available probably, and that's where you're at 4. You take Tua. If you pass on him, then it opens up possibilities for the LA Chargers, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, if he dropped into that, say, 10 to 15 area. But I really think Miami, to win the games they did, there was never a tanking. Those guys that are playing don't care about that. The organization's trying to build for the future and try to win games, and it worked out where they still could get to it if they want him, if all the medical tests out okay and everybody clears them completely. Remember, Miami, ironically, David, is the team that passed on Drew Brees because of the shoulder. So hopefully they won't pass on Tua and he ends up with the Miami Dolphins.
Just 134 shopping days left till the draft. Kiper McShay's 30 big questions on the 2020 draft right now on ESPN.com. Mel will be talking to you.
Thanks, Dave.
David, still ahead. New England accusation. Their double overtime loss to the Spurs last week. And then, well, Sinead, this happened. Let's go through it with the Kings. Dun, dun, dun. All right, folks. Rockets hosting the Kings. NBA officially, as mentioned, denied their request. 4th quarter game tied at 113, Sinead. Rockets swing it around. McLemore, he hits a go-ahead 3. Rockets are up with 22 seconds left. But then there's Buddy Hield. He comes in and does what, Sinead?
He's balling. When Buddy Hield is balling, the Kings have a real chance at winning. He is their X factor. Big shot right here. Hand in the face, no problem.
Right. Misses the first, gets the second. Russell Westbrook takes it up the other way. Now, don't forget that this is why Russ is one of my favorite players. What do you see?
I see him turning on the Jets. Last year, the Rockets were around, 27th, 23rd in pace. Now they're 3rd in pace, and that's all the Brody.
So he's saying game over, but actually, guys, game not over. Kings advance the ball in a timeout, inbounding down with 1 second left. And what happens, Sinead?
I'm telling you, the Wild Wild West. Wild, how great of a look he got at the basket. It ain't over till it's over.
Bielitsa with a game winner. You guys want to hear how it sounds? Take a listen, folks, because it's mighty interesting.
To go home happy. It's all over here in Houston.
88 problems, but a game winner ain't one of them. Never I see you with that drinker.
And then, obviously, the Sacramento Kings Twitter handle trolling. Protest that.
I like that remix.
Right. Bielitsa's buzzer beater was a catch and shoot from 33 feet away. Pretty impressive for a guy nearly 7 feet tall. He joins Anthony Davis's only player, 6'10 or taller, to make a buzzer beating game winner. And then, guess what? AD did it when he was with the Pelicans, and that was back in 2015. Meanwhile, there was another game. Let's talk about it. Magic Bucks. Bucks are good, 14 and counting. I think we already know this. We'll start with Giannis. I just feel like we talked about this over and over. Does it get routine to you, Shanae?
It does, except that dance routine. The only thing he didn't hit was that whoa. But he did hit that jump hook.
He didn't hit the whoa?
He didn't hit that whoa.
You didn't like it? Not even a little bit.
He doesn't need to hit that whoa. He hits almost every shot in the paint, and then his supporting cast right there knocks it down from deep.
Second quarter, more Giannis. Giannis takes the ball to the other end. He finishes with this nice lay-in. Giannis had 13 points in the first half. And then the other day, Kendrick Perkins was on the show. He called them a part of the big three. This is Chris Middleton. He finds Giannis. He knocks down another three. Tell me about Chris Middleton since he's been back, Shanae.
He's a silent killer. He's a silent assassin. If you watch his game, they make the extra pass. That play right there tells you about Bucks basketball. They're very unselfish.
They're very unselfish. And they seem to be a bunch of good kids, do they not? But on the other end, Jonathan Isaac says, I'm here too. Magic down by 7. He does a strong finish to the rim. But at the end of the day, Giannis and crew were just too much. 110-101. And then, just so you know, with the win, the Bucks improve to 21-3, tied with the best other team in the world. That's the Lakers. That's just me saying that, but they are also the best. The Bucks rank first in point differential and effective field goal percentage. Translation, they score more and take better shots. The Lakers right there behind them. The last time these two teams were the best in the NBA at this point in the season was 1971-72, way before any of us were born, when they met in the Western Conference Finals, and the Lakers, just for note, went on to win the chip that year. Let's talk about the Bucks. Shanae back with us, are averaging 120 points per game, best in the NBA. Scouting report, that's you. You're the scouting reporter. How would you describe their offense?
Well, I'm going to take you inside timeouts. When it comes down to offense, coaches always say spacing and pace. Now, with the Bucks, they have the best pace in the NBA, but they also have the best spacing. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 guys toes outside of the three-point line, which allows Giannis Antetokounmpo to pretty much take on the whole squad and have the paint to work. And nobody in the league so far can stop them. Again, scouting report on Giannis is to let him shoot. Spacing allows him to take nice rhythm shots, and he's taking them and making them. Now, this right here is good spacing, but look at the help side. Nobody wanted any part of that. Giannis Antetokounmpo is the Greek freak for a reason. He has the ball handling skills of a guard, but the footwork of a post, but spacing allows him to reach his potential.
You talk about Giannis as if he is the best player in the league right now. What do you think? Is that true? Because you know where I'm going.
I think that Giannis is playing his best basketball, but so is Anthony Davis. Is that where you're going, to the Lakers?
I am going. So you have to tell me point blank, the better team, Lakers or Bucks?
Yeah, the better team are the Bucks, but the NBA is a star-driven league, so I still would take a Lakers in a game.
Okay, you're hedging your bets, but you went on ahead and said the Bucks. I'll give that to you then.
I'm on the East Coast now. If I was in LA with you, I'd press the Lakers.
Thank you for joining us here on SportsCenter, Coast to Coast.
Eli Manning is back. How's that feel, Eli Manning? Downfield, wide open, he's got him again! Manning to Slayton! And we are tied up on Monday Night Football. Wentz to the end zone, wide open, Zach Ertz. Eat that W, Philly.
Some or many Giants fans may have breathed a sigh of relief at that outcome. At 2-11, the Giants remain in good position for April's draft. Only the Bengals at 1-12 are ahead of them or behind them, or however you want to look at it. Bengals right now with the first pick, Giants with the second pick. Giants do have a 20% chance of finishing with the worst record in the NFL this season. This is germane because we've got Mel Kiper Jr. joining us right now. So, Mel, if the current projected draft order holds through the last 3 weeks, what do you think the Bengals and Giants do with those picks?
To at least get them into the playoffs and give them a shot.
You know, I watch the Cowboys and I think there's no way that team can win the division. And then I watch the Eagles and I think there's no way that team can win the division. Somebody's got to win this thing.
No, absolutely. You almost want to phone a friend and just bring in another team so we could see a different team in the playoffs. I'm sure the Los Angeles Rams would love to be in the NFC East right now.
Absolutely. It's going to come down to Week 16 in the NFC East.
And unfortunately, we're going to have to watch and talk about that.
We're going to get to watch that when Ryan's coming back in a little bit. Carrie, back to you.
The New England Patriots have acknowledged that their production crew inappropriately filmed the field and sideline during Sunday's games between the Bengals and the Browns in Cleveland, and they accept full responsibility in a statement released Monday night. The crew, which the Patriots say included independent contractors, was credentialed by the Browns to shoot video for a Pats web series called Do Your Job. But the Patriots did not inform the Bengals or the NFL, which they called an unintended oversight. Bill Belichick was asked about it on a conference call with reporters today. New on SportsCenter.